Hey guys, it's Jess. Thanks so much for coming to my channel. Today I'm super excited as always for this time of year. It is the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. It is finally here. I know I always get very excited for the sale and spend a little too much money as always. So I thought I would do a little video telling you all about my favorite products, my recommendations for you for what to pick up during the sale. And instead of just doing a talk through like I usually see on YouTube, I thought it'd be, a little more beneficial to you to see the products actually in action. So that is what I did. I made this makeup look using my 21 Days of Beauty recommendations for you guys. So that you can truly see those products in action, how they go on, what I like about them. Hear me blob on and about them because I like to talk. So hopefully that is beneficial to you. Almost everything on my face, aside from like 2 or 3 things, is also available at Ulta, even if it's not a part of the sale. So I will let you know about that if you are like me and you use the sale as an excuse to pick up things that also aren't on sale. So hopefully that's a little shopping inspo for you. As always, this is a fun sale, but if you, cannot afford something, please don't take this as you must buy these things. If you pick up 1 or 2 things that I recommend, amazing. If you pick up nothing, also amazing. I never think anyone should spend, more money than they need to on makeup. I'm somebody that I thoroughly enjoy it. I love spending my money on makeup. So let me spend the money on makeup and tell you all about it. And tell you what's worth it, in my opinion. But just keep in mind, these products aren't going anywhere. If you can't afford them right now, wait for the next sale, because chances are it'll be on sale for the next one, or it'll go on sale another time, or you'll get a 20% off coupon for the holidays or something. So please don't go out of your budget, but if you want to pick up a thing or two, go ahead, keep watching for all of my fabulous recommendations. At least I think they're fabulous because I love them, so of course. But yeah, go ahead and just keep on watching. So starting with primer, the Smashbox Photo Finish Super Light is going to be on sale. I believe most of these things are going to be in the beauty steal, so like about 50% off. I really like this primer. It's not as heavy as the original, not as like silicone-y feel. I don't like that feel. But this one is really light and it goes under almost every foundation I've ever used really nicely. I think I will probably pick up another one. Mine is starting to get a little bit of a smell, so I think it's starting to go bad. But gotta live life on the edge like that, because who doesn't use things that are expired, right? Is that just me? It's probably terrible for my skin. That's why I break out all the time. But it's just got a really lightweight texture and it blends into the skin nicely. I don't find that it blurs pores or anything too much. It just creates a nice canvas for your foundation. So if you're one that really likes pore filling, slippy primers, you probably won't like this, but if you like something that's just lightweight to kind of smooth everything out and make for an easy application of foundation, I think you'll enjoy this. And bonus, it doesn't break me out. Probably will now because it's just starting to get a hint of a smell. It's not supposed to have that smell, just letting you know. There's no fragrance in this, usually when it's not like 2 years old. But I do really like it. It doesn't break me out, doesn't cause any problems. So many primers like cause me to break out, but that one does not. Highly recommend it. This is not even something that's at Ulta foundation wise, but I'm obsessed with it. So it's the CYO Long Lasting Life Proof Foundation, and I am in the shade 101, I believe. It's their lightest shade, whatever it is. Why can't I never find shade names? Like, what is wrong with me? I swear I'm blind. Yes, in the shade 101. It is a wonderful shade match for me, and this just, it looks so natural, and these two combined, I love it. I wish this was at Ulta, but I have to buy that Walgreens online, and I heard it's being discontinued, so grab it while you can. I've heard the Soap and Glory one. That Taylor did a review comparing the two of them here on YouTube, and I'm gonna have to try that when I can no longer get my hands on this one, because it looked pretty promising, like they were pretty much the same thing. But yes, that primer is just a great base for this one. So I'm gonna rush over foundation since this is not available at Ulta. Before I go into foundation, I did want to let you guys know their Velvet Luxe foundation brushes. I don't believe my favorite foundation brush is going to be on sale, but they will have their Soft Focus Sculpting number 315. I've never felt one of these brushes that I didn't love. This is my all-time go-to foundation brush. If they end up making this one available, pick it up. It is the LBD foundation number 302. So amazing. It makes foundation just look so airbrushed, and it doesn't take any of the coverage away. I am obsessed. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Next up is concealer, and amazingly, they are going to have Shape Tape on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty. I am using the shade Fair Beige. Fair Beige is slightly more on the pink cool tone side, and I prefer that underneath my eyes. I can also use Fair. They're the same level of fairness, but Fair is more neutral. I say it leans kind of more neutral warm. It's a slightly more yellow neutral, whereas Fair Beige is definitely more cool toned. I like Fair Beige on myself better, but if you prefer more of a neutrally warm toned underneath your eyes, I think you would like the Fair better. But I'm going to use Fair Beige. Now, Shape Tape is something I love, but it's too drying under my eyes used alone. So I always mix it with something more hydrating. So I like to use the Instant Age Rewind, and this is in the shade Brightener Illuminator. So I go ahead and layer that under first, just for that added more hydrating concealer. But I love the coverage of this. Nothing beats the coverage of this, so I always layer it with like everything. You just can't beat the coverage of Shape Tape. So then I just go in with a couple dots of that. Now, Shape Tape for me is not something that I like to put on spots or any kind of breakout. I find it's too drying and it accentuates a breakout. It is something I only put under my eye to conceal the eye area, and I always, throwing things, always use a sponge, a damp sponge. This is my beauty blender. They also have a beauty blender at Ulta. I always use a damp sponge to blend it out, and I always take the excess up over my eyelid to prime my eyes, because I rarely use eyeshadow primer unless I'm really, doing something bold, but we're just gonna do something natural today, hint hint, with this. But yeah, I just love how that just brightens everything up. It evens out all of that without looking crazy and crepey. I do not need to set this, which is another reason I love it so much. As I said, my under eyes are quite dry. So going in with something like a powder on top of it, if I don't need to, is not something that I want to do. Which is, Shape Tape is dry enough on its own, so I do not need to go in with that. Then for the everywhere else on my face, I use NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light to Vanilla. This is like my perfect shade match for my skin. And I also use a beauty blender with that. And then I just go in on like my chin area. I get a lot of redness on my chin. It's where I always break out. So I always, you know, get scars and all that lovely stuff. And just that hormonal redness around my nose as well. But yeah, so as I said, I don't need to set that. I do, however, like to set parts of my face. Usually they have this on sale. That's when I restocked mine, but they don't this year, so bummer. Or not this year, they did earlier in the year, but they don't this round. It's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I go between pressed and the translucent, or they're both translucent, Jessica. I told you I'm losing my mind. Like, the school year has started where I'm going crazy again. But I've used the loose setting powder and the press. In my opinion, they're exactly the same. This is just a little less messy, so I think I'm always gonna stick with this one. I love it for one reason. As you can see, it is a little yellow toned, and you know, me having a neutral or cool skin tone, I don't love yellow on me, but it is phenomenal at blurring my pores, if I could find my brush. But yeah, as I was saying, it's amazing at blurring my pores. So I like to just put it in that little porous area, and it just, I don't know if you can see, it's very sunny out. I don't have my lights on, but yeah, it's just, I love it in just that area. Sometimes I'll slightly dust the leftover just under there, so I don't, under there, under my eyelashes, so that my mascara will not run. Oh my gosh, y'all. Next, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. This is the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in Fair to Light. I did check, it is still available on Ulta's website, and I believe just this color. So if you have not gotten your hands on it, oh my goodness. The most beautiful natural looking bronzer for fair skinned people. If you are fair, you need this. I'm so sad it's being discontinued because it has quickly become my absolute favorite. I don't know what I'm gonna do without it. Like, I think I need to buy like a couple more before it's 100% gone, because it's the perfect neutral color that's light and buildable and just perfect for my skin tone. I'm gonna pause before I put on anything else and put on my favorite chapstick of all time. It's the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream Skin Protectant, and I like the fragrance-free kind. Oh my goodness. If you have not tried this, I don't hear anyone talk about it. It is honestly the best for dry lips. Like, I've tried so many, and I swear by this. I put it on, I lather it on, like a disgusting amount before bed every night. So like my lips are like covered and soaking wet with this. And I wear it every morning. I like to keep it in my purse. I might be picking up another one. It is going to be in there. It's not going to be in the 21 days, like 1-day exclusives, but it is, I believe, 30% off in their like week-long ones or multiple week-long ones on their beauty steals. So highly recommend this if you struggle, especially going into the fall and winter season, and you get such a huge tube. I mean, there are 1.7 ounces in here, so it lasts me for so long. It's like, I believe it's like $23, and it's going to be 30% off. So grab it. I promise you, It's so worth it. I'm so glad it's in the sale. I need to pick up another one, even though, as you can see, I just bought this one not too long ago, but I go through them. It's also nice, like, when I'm actually taking care of my cuticles, I put it on my dry cuticles. If you get like really, really dry, like elbows or something in the winter, it's an all over skin protectant, so it's not just your lips, but that's pretty much all I use it for. I've tried them all, like the Laneige lip sleeping mask made my lips more dry. Like, this is the only thing that truly hydrates my lips and saves them in the winter time. And let's be honest, every other day of the week and summer and everything, because I'm always dry. But you must try this if you are in the market for a new chapstick lip mask thing. So good. Next, I'm going to go in with blush, and they have the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes on sale for one of their 21 Days of Beauty steals. Nobody talks about these anymore. They used to be so highly raved. I have so many colors. Today, I'm going for more of a neutral look with the eye that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go in with Exposed, and it is just like the perfect nude nothing color. It looks so boring in the pan, but it's just like the perfect nothing color. These are such great blushes. I have them in so many colors. They were amazing when I was oily, and they stayed on with the oils. And I still love them when I'm dry. They don't emphasize any dryness, any texture. And they're really like the only matte blush that I wear anymore. So good. Going to go in with highlighter, the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is not in a sale, but it is available at Ulta. It's a great dupe for my beloved Laura Mercier highlighter and baked. I forget what it's called, something in 01. I talk about it all the time. It's my favorite. But it's a wonderful dupe for that, and far less expensive. Obviously, it's Essence, so very, very affordable, and just that beautiful glow from within type of look. I'm not one that's into those super blinding highlights. I know they have the Ofra highlights that are going to be on sale during this round of 21 days, but I like my natural looking highlights. They look like I'm actually, you know, just have healthy skin and not like, whoa, like what is that frosting on your face type look. I think it looks beautiful on some people, but on me, it just looks absolutely crazy. Not that I don't do it every once in a while. I might pick up one of the Ofra ones if I'm being honest. Haven't quite decided, but for a day-to-day, 99% of the time, I'm using something that's very natural looking, because that's just who I am. I'm just so boring like that. Yeah. So up next, the star of the day, in my opinion, is the Too Faced Natural Eyes. There we go. The Too Faced Natural Eyes eyeshadow palette. This is a palette I have loved for many, many years. This is the only palette that I have ever repurchased. Obsessed with this. If you are new to makeup, a beginner with makeup, someone who just wants a very neutral toned, the gold makes it so hard to see. Someone who just wants a very neutral toned, everyday, wearable, wear to work, wear to school, deepen it up a little bit with those deeper colors for night. One eyeshadow palette type of person. This is it. This is the only eyeshadow palette I used in high school. The only one I used for like half of college. I was buying this back when they had that ugly cardboard box that it came in, which, you know, now it's this beautiful packaging that's just so gorgeous and looks. It's so beautiful, blendable, easy. You know, you can't go wrong with it, in my opinion. It's going to be half off, and I highly recommend picking it up then if you are in the market for something that is very boring, very neutral every day, which is what I love. So I'm gonna do a look with this. I'm gonna start by dipping into this creamy colored shade. This is actually light enough for me, and it's neutral, so it doesn't make my eyes orange or yellow, which is so wonderful. The thing I find with a lot of neutral tone palettes is that they're not that neutral. They all lean more warm toned, which if you're somebody who has very fair and neutral cool undertone, it can be really annoying when you just want a neutral palette, you know? And I don't find that this one, like, it's not a cool tone palette by any means. It is just straight across the board neutral, which is amazing. Nothing pulls too warm on me. Everything is so blendable and beautiful. And this is my Morphe 504 that I used for that cream color. And now I'm going into this shade here as my first transition. Strip Poker is the name of it. And I'm going to put that in the crease with my same blending brush. There's just something about Too Faced eyeshadows. They're just so, they're not overly pigmented. So if you're a beginner with makeup, or if you're somebody who's always in a rush doing their makeup, like I am 90% of the time, that's what you want. You don't want something overly pigmented that's going to take a lot of precision and work to make it look beautiful. Like, these are very lightly pigmented. So, you know, it might be a disadvantage for you too if you're somebody who's like, yeah, give me all the pigment. This is not what I'm into. These are very lightly pigmented. So they do build very nicely, but you do have to build them if you want something more than just a light wash. But for an everyday basis, I mean, I don't think you need something that's overly pigmented, pow in your face. Which is why I love these. Next, I'm going to go in with Cashmere Bunny. It's that little bit of a deeper taupe color. This is probably my favorite. And I'm going in with my Sigma E40. This is probably my favorite color, my favorite matte. And this one's just a little bit more of a precise blending brush. The other one was a little bit fatter. This one's a little bit more precise, so I'm going in that little outer V area and then swiping it into the crease just to give a little bit more of a shadow. I've actually never tried the all matte one. This is the one with shimmer, so I may end up picking the matte one up too, just because I love this one so much and I have loved it for so many years. I'm next going in with, don't judge my dirty brushes. This is my Sigma E25 blending, and I'm gonna pick up Sexpresso, which is this deeper chocolatey. Again, very neutral. This one I like to really tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna stamp it in that outer V area. Just to deepen it up. If you were going for more of an everyday look, I would skip this one and just do the two we were doing. Now I'm just getting sloppy with myself. Lightly just kind of blend that into the crease and blend all those up, not adding any more product. And then I'm going to go back in with my E40 with no added product on it and just blend away. Then I'm gonna take a Morphe M165. It's kind of a flat angled brush, and I'm gonna go into that same deep Sexpresso shade. and use it as like a faux liner and stamp it into my words today, man. Stamp it into my lash line. There we go. Do you ever just have those days when you like have no idea, like you know what you want to say, but then like getting it out is like, I need more coffee. Like, what is wrong with me kind of days? And I'm just doing that like on the outer third, or like the outer 3/4. I'm not going all the way in. Then I'm gonna go in with my favorite shade of all time, this Silk Teddy. It's a shimmery shade. It's just the most beautiful, like, sheeny goodness, and I am obsessed with it. And I'm just gonna pop that on with my finger. This goes on nicely with a brush as well. I use a clean E25, Sigma E25, or any kind of good packing brush. And it goes on much sheerer, just like a light wash of shimmer. It's not glittery in any sense. It's just a very nice shimmer. There's no glitter in this one. But I want a little bit more of a punch today, so I'm using my finger to pack it on. I'm gonna go back in with my, if it doesn't roll away from me, with my Sigma E40, back into Cashmere Bunny, which is that mid-toned taupey color. And just run that back over the crease to make sure I don't have any harsh edges between my crease color and the Silk Teddy that we just put on. And then I have a little travel size of the E25, and I'm gonna go back into that creamy heaven color and use that as a brow bone highlight. So then I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in taupe with my Benefit Gimme Brow in shade 1. Love this combo. I know they are going to have the more triangle one of the Anastasia, the brow definer, I think it's called. That one, if you have no brows like I do, it's too wide. I don't recommend it. However, they will be having the Benefit Skinny Brow Pencil, Benefit Gimme Brow, I think is what it's called. Or no, not Gimme Brow. This is Gimme Brow. Whoa. But anyway, they're pencil like this. I am going to be picking one of those up. I think this is the 2.5. It's new. The other blonde color was just too warm for me, so I didn't like it. So I'm going to give it another try with one of their more cool tone colors and hope they're actually cool tone this time. So we will see, but for now, going in with my trusty combo here. Brows are done. Then I'm gonna go, I didn't do anything on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back into the Cashmere Bunny shade with my Small Tapered Blending E45 by Sigma, and just lightly run that under my lower lash line. We didn't go too crazy on the top, so I'm not gonna do anything too heavy on the bottom. But just to give a little added dimension under there. All right, next up, I'm gonna go in with my favorite lash combo. I always start out with my CoverGirl Clump Crusher in Very Black. First all over top and bottom, and then on the outer edges, I go in with one of these two, both of which are in the sale. This one's a little bit more of a wet formula. It is the Lancome Monsieur Big. And the Tarte is a little bit more of a dry formula. It's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Love both of them. This one does not make my skin, my eyes sensitive. I don't think there's any fragrance in this one. There must be some kind of fragrance or something in the Lancome one, because it does, if I put it too much on my eyelashes, they can get watery and irritated. So love it for dramatic effect on the outer edges of my lashes, but all over, do not recommend. This one, however, I can wear all over, top and bottom. Bottom eventually does smudge on me though, which is why I always go back to the CoverGirl. My little child is behind me, Maggie. If you hear anything, she is my shadow always. But yes, I'm gonna go in with the Clump Crusher all over first. So I've got Clump Crusher on top and bottom lashes. Then what I do is I'm gonna go in with my Lancome today, since my Lights Camera Lashes is running out and I think I need to pick up a new one during the sale. I do really love this one. It is more of a drier formula though, as I said. Let me show you the wand. I like that the wand isn't as fat, but it is one of those natural bristle wands, but it's not super duper fat. Those just don't work with me. I just get them all over and make a mess of myself. But I really love this formula. It doesn't irritate my eyes at all. It doesn't flake or go crazy on me. But like I did say, it does kind of smudge under the lower lash line. So be forewarned. I don't recommend it on the lower lash line. Same with the Lancome Once You're Big. Don't recommend on your lower lash line, but I do really love it on the top for that added volume. And I just do it, you know, on the upper, like outer half of my lash. If I go any more crazy, as I said, I think there is some fragrance or something that just irritates me. If you're not sensitive to that though, I think you wouldn't have a problem. But this also will smudge on my lower lash line, so I just love it for that added drama on the outer edge. It's very dark and very black, and just lengthening, thickening, dramatizing. But this wand is bigger than the Lights Camera Lashes, so as you can see, I make a mess. I'll show you how I fix that in a moment. But yeah, so there it is. As you can see, just way more volume. It makes it look like I put on falsies, and I did not, because I am too lazy for that. But yeah, alone and with. Beautiful. Gonna do the same on the other eye. So in order to fix what I make a mess of with the mascara when the wands are just too big like that, I just take a dry Q-tip, nothing on it, no makeup remover or anything. After it's dried, I make sure the mascara has dried on my skin. Then I just kind of lightly flick it off, and that way it doesn't disturb my makeup underneath by using makeup removers, but it gets rid of what I don't want on there. Alrighty, so last up, we need to do some lips, and then we'll go in with a setting spray. They have the Stila liquid lipsticks on sale. I'm not the biggest fan of those. I do love matte lips, but that formula just flakes off on me, and they have gorgeous, gorgeous colors if they work for you, but the formula just literally like bunches up like on the inside, gives you that like butthole lips, and it just like peels off. I am not a fan. I wish I was, because their colors are gorgeous. So I'm just gonna go in with one of my faves. This is a very neutral look, so I'm gonna go in with my YSL Rouge Pure Couture in the shade 10. This is pricey, but the perfect cool toned, neutrally nude. It's not like super cool, but it is the most beautiful nude. I love it. This is very affordable. This is my NYX lip pencil in nude beige. again, just a very neutral, cool toned kind of contour type color that I love to use. And I'm gonna line my lips. So yeah, it's just a very neutral lip liner, very, very affordable. It's NYX, obviously. And then my not so affordable, not found at Ulta. I bought this at Sephora, I want to say like 2 VIB sales ago. But it is just the best nude lipstick. If you are someone that struggles to find like a true nude, like a true pinky nude that doesn't lean warm whatsoever on you, I would give this a try. Everything leans warm toned on me, and this does not. So yeah, as you can see, there's no like warmth about it. It's just a very nude colored lip, and I am obsessed. As always, gonna finish off with the wonderful MAC Prep and Prime. They have this available at Ulta as well. Prep and Prime Fix Plus. And douse your skin in all of that moistness. I don't know why people take offense to that word. It's never bothered me. Is that like a word that you guys don't like? Moist. I like my skin to be very moist looking. I don't know, it just never bothered me. I think it's funny when people get so bothered by it. But yeah, so that is my finished little look using all of my faves from the 21 Days of Beauty sale. I do have a couple of other favorites that I want to mention that are going to be in the sale that I didn't put on my face because, I mean, you'll see why in a moment. So I did want to go over some of my other favorite blushes. So I mentioned the Amazonian Clay blushes are going to be in the sale. The Most Perfect nude color, everyday neutral nude color is Exposed. Love this one. As we are getting ready to go into the fall winter season, Blushing Bride. Such a good, like, cool toned flush on your cheeks. It looks so beautiful in especially the winter time. Highly recommend this one as well. It's a beautiful, like you've been outside with the cold winter wind flush of cool tone, like slightly plummy. I don't know, I love it in the winter. And then those are both matte. And then my other favorite, this is more of a shimmery, but not so shimmery. It just leans a little bit more shimmery, is Celebrated. And this is just a very light peachy tone, which is a lot of fun in the summer. My other favorite is Tarte, but that's a Sephora exclusive, unfortunately. But that's like my all-time favorite of these blushes. As I said, I have a lot of these. I love them. The formula works amazing with oily skin. It lasted all day with my, like, I'm talking, I blotted my face every couple of hours, oily type skin. And these would last through that. And they also look beautiful on dry skin because now I have normal dry. So love, love, love. Highly recommend picking these up when they are on sale because, you know, they are pricey. And the very last thing I want to recommend for you to pick up during the sale is the Beauty Blender Blender Cleanser Solid. I have been using this for quite some time now. I mean, as you can see, I will be picking up a new one. I'm getting towards the bottom there. This is what I use to clean my beauty blenders, and I also use it to clean all of my makeup brushes. It does such a great job at dissolving all of the dirt, all of the makeup, grime, getting them perfectly clean and sanitized to go back in and, you know, get them dirty again as soon as you use them. I am obsessed with this. This is the only brush or sponge cleaner I use anymore. Really, really well, gets everything clean. It has not harmed any of my brushes or my sponges. I love it, love it, love it. It's not just for your beauty blender. I use it for everything. Other beauty sponges, all my other makeup brushes. Fantastic, and it's gonna be big time on sale. I will definitely probably be stocking up on this because it's all I use. Sorry, you thought that was the last one. Just kidding, I have one more. I couldn't put both of these on my eyes today. Well, I guess I could have, but I did not. The other palette I wanted to talk about is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is also going to be on sale. I love both of these. I mean, as you can see, I repurchased this one, so I have, you know, mine is nice. I wish I would have known it was going to be on sale because I purchased it again at the beginning of summer. As I said, I've purchased this palette 100 times in my life. So good, so worth it. I've also had this one forever. This is my original one, so it's very beat up, very well loved. I love this palette as well. It is another very nice neutral palette. I do find this one leans more neutral warm, whereas the Tartelette in Bloom is a very straight across the board neutral. But I do love this formula. This one is more pigmented, so if you are a beginner or somebody who's just always in a rush with makeup, I do recommend the Tarte one. But if you like to take your time or you know how to work with more pigmented shadows, this is so good. The shimmery shades are so beautiful. Let me swatch them for you. So beautiful. This middle one, I am obsessed with. It's Funny Girl. I use it all over the lid and it just gives the most intense, beautiful look. Firecracker, which is this one, is so pretty. Again, all over the lid. I love these. They blend very nice. The only two I have a problem with blending are Rebel and Leader, these two more red toned shadows, but everything else blends so beautifully. Very richly pigmented, very nice shadows. They last all day. They're that Amazonian clay formula. Like the blushes I was talking about, they last all day. Beautiful, beautiful. I have the original Tarte and I have the Tartelette in Bloom. This one is the more neutral warm. The original is more of like a cool toned, but that one's not on sale. But love this. Either way, let me wipe my hands off. Either way you go with one or the other, you can't go wrong. If I were to pick my all-time favorite, I mean, obviously, as I've said, like I have hit pan with the Tarte Natural Eyes eyeshadow palette. I have hit pan with it. I've repurchased it many times, probably 5 or 6 times in my life, just because I love it that much. And I mean, as I said, it was my first high-end eyeshadow palette, and I fell instantly in love with it and continued to repurchase and repurchase and repurchase. Perfect for every day going out. This one is too. If you like a little bit, your eyeshadows to lean a little more warm, perfect for day, perfect for night. I can wear both of these to work. I can wear both of them out. So it's just a matter of preference and formula type. This is a little bit easier to blend, lighter, less pigmented, so it can build up nicely. Whereas this one, it really goes in with a punch, so I always tap my brush off. But still, it blends out nicely. Everything looks seamless and beautiful. Really, you can't go wrong. It's just a matter of preference, but I think this one's my personal favorite. I love them both, but this one's just slightly higher. So, yeah. So that wraps up my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty recommendations for you. I hope you found it useful putting it all on my face. I know I always see people just talking and talking about them, but I like to see it in action. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing it in action. Obviously, there are tons of things in the sale. I have not tried everything. So I can't give you my opinion on everything. I just wanted to give you the opinions on stuff that I have here. I can physically show you. I know it drives me crazy when people are on here talking about them, how much they love this product. And I'm like, let me see it. I want to see it on you. Like, show it to me in person. So hopefully you found this useful. At the very least, hopefully you were entertained for a little while. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.